Not all lights are the same. In this clip, you'll see that I'm using a cross-trainer light with fog and lines. I'll show you later how you can make your own, so stick around. As you notice, I'm removing the dent with fog. This fog, or also known as a shadow reflection, is my roadmap to fixing the dent. Now I'm looking at the edge of the fog and reading the contrast. My goal is to balance out the contrast by bringing back the edge of the fog evenly like the rest of the shadow. Now on lines, it's the same dent with a different camera angle. Pushing is the same. However, I'm looking at the curvature. The wider the line indicates a low, and a pinched line indicates a high. Regardless what reflection I'm looking at, I want to always be aware the less push mistakes, the better. It's crucial that you keep in mind the first 5 to 10 pushes are the most important. Try not to make any high spots at all, and you'll find out that your repairs become much cleaner. Remember, in PDR, how you start your repair is how you'll finish your repair. So if you start messy, you'll finish messy, vice versa. So be aware and stay clean. My newest light. This light is my new addition. I got it at AnsonPDR.com. Fantastic place if you want to go check out all their latest tools and what's going on and all that. Basically, they are the Amazon of PDR tools. So go check it out. AnsonPDR.com. They got all kinds of tools, including lights like this. But I'm going to give you a little review about this light here. Let's talk about this. What drives me crazy about lights these days is the lock line systems. Sometimes it can be too stiff, sometimes it can be too loose. Generally, the latest ones can be a little too stiff. No big deal, you can adjust it, it just takes time. Well, with the Pro PDR Solutions light, it just becomes really easy to adjust, already adjusted. They kind of thought a little bit of things here. They got some rings that are out here that tighten this area because this gets a little loose. So you can actually make the adjustments here, make it a little looser or a little tighter as time goes on. I like, now it sounds a little squeaky, but it is. That's how it goes. These lights are meant to be moved around. It's squeaky, but I have another thing I'll talk about later on as we go on. Features of this thing, really light. Number one, plastic housing all the way around. It's got a rubber edge right there, nice. I like that, especially if you're gonna go against the car. You definitely don't want any sharp plastic edges potentially scratching the vehicle. The other thing is, you'll notice there's a master switch right here, right? On and off, on and off, on and off, right? Dial. Oh my gosh, man. Dials. Where have the dials been in these days? This analog dial switch for the dimmer is bee's knees, as we say over there across the pond. It is a great feature to have. I like stuff that you can actually control. I don't know, you've been to new cars, right? They got all these little touch screen stuff and it's a pain in the butt. I'm glad they didn't go super high tech on this. This is what you need. You need just something simple to just turn the dimmer up and down. Now I'm not gonna put it on now because it will make my camera go bonkers with this light. Because it is crazy bright, this light, okay? It is, you can actually just see, you know, the where the fog is going to be displayed, okay? Now you got 2 strips. You got a cool and warm, cool and warm, cool and warm. So you can go 6 LEDs if you want. It is extremely bright, have I mentioned that already? So if you're looking for a bright, crispy light, you're a tech that works outside, I bet you this might be the light for you. Now, you line guys, hold on, I got you. We're gonna get into that in a second too as well. So if you're thinking about getting a light like this and you're like, man, this looks pretty spacey, I don't know how it's gonna work. I'll show you a little solution. And maybe you're a fog guy that wants to learn a little bit of lines, or you're a line guy that wants to learn a little bit of fog. I got a solution for that as well. So stay tuned as I keep going on this, and we'll do possibly a little demo too and show how that works. The other thing is too, look at the straight inline, right? It's not on one side or the other, which can sometimes be a pain in the butt, you know, because you don't know if you gotta lower it down a little bit or you raise it up, depending on where your dent's at. But it's not gonna really matter too much because of have how it's in line, right? Pretty much. Although I do like generally to place it up or above, and I'll get to that in a second too as well. So we got a lot of little stuff to cover. You've got your switches up here, right there. Bing, 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 bing. It is a very light light, guys, and it's wide. I'll put the dimensions right there as well because I'm just pretty much off the cuff. I don't have any freaking script going. Can you tell I had a little bit of coffee today? Anyways, let's go take a look more of the features. Now, when you order your light, you can actually get it in 3 different flavors, meaning which battery system do you want? You want DeWalt, Milwaukee, or my favorite, the Makita. Now, it's very important that you actually look at where your dent is at, know how you want to set it up so you're not putting it on and just fighting in the curling and all that stuff, which I'm going to show you in a second. You can see I have it kind of lined up nice and straight. I generally keep it either hanging down or going up. That's just pretty simple. I don't like to put it in line. All right, so I'm outside, right? And you can see how bright this light is because I'm in broad daylight at my shop, right? And look how bright this sucker is in the middle of the day. So I'm gonna put it on the car. I'm gonna pick up a little door ding and see how it works, okay? So again, here I am facing the sun, right? The sun's right on my face, and look how bright this board is. This is why you want this type of board, especially outside. Works really good.
The Pro PDR Solutions Mini Chubby Light is more than bright for the outside use. You'll notice the fog is super sharp and offers lots of detail. You'll also appreciate all the light patterns to choose from too. With a 5-amp battery, I had a very good use with it. With all the lights on, it worked for about 4 to 5 hours depending on how bright I had it.
All right, for me, I actually like how wide this board is because I actually like to put lines right here in the middle. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. Now, the lines will actually give me a reference. So when I'm using fog, I can reference back to lines. When I'm using lines, I can reference back to fog. It's great because if you're a tech that wants to have best of both worlds, this little setup that I'm about to do just might work for you. Now, what I have here is some lines that I had printed from a local vinyl company. Now, all I'm going to do is count 1, 2, 3, 4. I usually tie about 4 strips. That'll be perfect. I'll just do a little bit of slit and we should be good. It's all good now. All right, now that I got my light set up the way I want, I have the flexibility of being able to look at my lines and fog. You can have the switch, whatever setting you want. I prefer the warm and then the cool white in the middle of the lines and then the warm on the other side. Or you can have all the lights switched on, which doesn't look too bad either. So it's completely preference. This light gives you a lot of flexibility, as other lights do too as well. But if you're an outside tech, you really want the brightness, this light is sensational. It's wide. You have a lot of flexibility in what type of pattern you want to put on, or even if you don't want to use lines, you really do have a lot of flexibility in this light. Really well made, easy to use, easy to work with, not gonna friggin' just get all tied up and for you, and you always have to do constant adjustments. I do like everything analog about it, including just the plain old suction cup. That just always works for me. Now, suctioning a cup to a vehicle, to me, I've been getting away from that lately. I've been using a pole system. Now, you can have any pole system or light system that you want that's away or not on the vehicle. But in order to do that, you'll need a Medusa adapter, which you can purchase as well at AnsonPDR.com. What it does is it will marry the light and the battery together. So, and it'll be able to place it on a pole or a common light stand that it'll fit on. I prefer lights or suction cups not on the vehicle. It can fall, it does fall, it will fall, and I don't have to fight with the lock line itself a lot. I have a lot more flexibility when I put it around the vehicle, and this light just makes it more easier as well. So anyways, I hope that helps out. Hope you guys enjoyed the little bit of a review. You can purchase that light at AnsonPDR.com, and take care.